Okay, I get studying these starter motors more and more, and I don't need to do anything. What I did is I measured from the surface of this housing to the end of the shaft. I make sure the shaft is pulled all the way out this way, and from here to the end of the shaft is 26 mil. And then I measure from where it bolts to the casing, this outer part, to the end here, it's 26 mil. So that's perfect. Then I started wondering, why is this one out so far? You know, why the hell is that one out so far? But watch. Oh, something in my neck here. What the hell? This one is spring loaded. This one's spring loaded that way, and you know, when it engages, it shoots out. It shoots out this way, but this one's spring loaded that way. This one does not go in at all. It's just spring loaded coming out. So when this is pushed in, it's 26 mil, or pretty close to it. Oh my God! So luckily, I didn't damage the little drive shaft that goes in between here. I haven't done anything to it yet. I gave it to Peter to go to work today to cut it, and I just called him. I said, "Don't cut that piece." So this will work perfect just the way it is. I'll bolt it in there. And that's good, because I didn't want to start screwing around with everything. I shouldn't have to do that. But I didn't realize that. Eh? Like, you know, when you first look at that, you know, you got to think there's something wrong in there. Anyways, I got no instructions, so maybe it would have said in the instructions. I don't know. +6. Sun's out, snow's melting. Big pile there still. Okay, I got this back together last night. Didn't film it. Put the exhaust and everything all back on. That's the trickiest part. Got the battery hooked up, starter motor back in, and that works good. I was really worried about that clearance there and that little dry shaft in there, but didn't need to worry about that. Here's the old one. See, this old one goes in, and the new one's solid, but this goes into 26 mil, so it keeps pressure on it, I guess. And then they both pop out when they engage. Heard a big bang when I walked out of the garage last night, and I came back in and looked around. Wasn't sure if it was beside the garage, on the roof. This thing was laying here. It was sitting up there like that one. Anyways, yeah, I got the primary all back on. Got the oil level back into here to the bottom of the clutch. Shifter, linkages, everything's back on. I fired it up last night, having a couple little exhaust ticks. Had one in here. So, turn this to reserve. Give it some choke. So I just took the shield back off, and I'll fire it up. I'm gonna have to open up the garage door too, because it's going to fume up my garage. Let me put the camera on the stand. Okay. Choke on. Ignition on. Gas leak out there. Got an exhaust leak right there on that clamp. Fuck, that gets hot quick though. Oh my god. Burn my hand. You can see the clamp is a little crooked. A little crooked on there. I gotta loosen that off. Try to get a little tighter. Might have to shim it a little bit. Which runs good. I think that's it. Just a little exhaust leak there. I had a little bit of one at the front last night. Tightened it up a little more. Turn that off. The choke's off. Yeah, a couple more warmer days and I'll take it for a spin. Let the road dry out. The road is all mud. Okay. This is the battery out of that Flhtc. It's a gel battery. So I bought it when I bought the bike. So I don't know if it's been 2 years now, maybe. Yeah, this is 21 amp, 350 cold cranking amps. I think I need at least a 30 amp. And those lithium, the good lithium ones are like 600, 625, 680 cold cranking amps. And I'm gonna go to something like that. They're gonna be $200 or $300. This battery here, I think it was like 75 bucks. But it just doesn't have enough oomph. It'll start it most of the time, and then if you click it a couple times, then it drops down to like 11 volts. It's not enough juice. You know, maybe other people have had luck with this. I just kind of picked this out of eBay and ordered that, a gel battery. And those lithium ones too, they'll have like a positive here and a positive there, a negative here and a negative here. So they're universal. They'll fit into any bike, and they're, I think, less than half the weight, or half the weight. Half the weight and twice the power. So I think I'm going to go that route. This one will crank this thing over and start it, you know, and then if it sits and if you go to crank it, you can just hear it struggling. And then I check the voltage on the battery, it drops down to 11.2, 11.3, like it's just not enough power. I think not enough amps going through. But that new starter motor, when it gets spinning, it's just whipping this engine around, like it cranks it over pretty good. So I think I'm just going to stick this battery in it for now, and then maybe in a month or two, I'm going to order a good battery, a lithium battery. To me, I think these are the two most important things. Having a high output 1.4 kilowatt starter motor, and a lithium battery, a good crank. You hear so many people in their Harleys, especially the new ones with the security systems in them that run 24/7. Your battery goes dead like in 3 days. A lot of guys disconnect them, or gotta have it on. My son's got to have his bike on the charger 24/7. As soon as he gets home, summertime or not, he's got to plug it in, or the battery's dead in a couple of days because of that ignition system and the security system. So I think if you go to those, you know, 600, they even have 800 cranking watt lithium batteries, but I think anywhere in the 600 range, 600 to 700 cold cranking amps, lithium battery, it would make a really big difference. The other thing I was thinking too, see, they only put this battery in this side cover for a couple of years on the Harleys, on these baggers, and now they're all in the center. And here you get a lot better balance on the bike if it's down here low and center. And I almost got enough room there to stick a battery in there. You know, I could easily make a box there. Actually, I was making a box here. I was going to make it out of tin, just for a cubby hole. You know, this folds up and into there. Here, I'll put this down and put it in there. It fits something like that. It actually goes back farther, but I got the battery cable. Stick it in there right now, kind of in the way, but kind of sits like that. Maybe keep some spark plugs, or because you got to unbolt the seat every time you want to get into here. But it might be good to keep some emergency stuff in there. Drugs, alcohol, guns, weapons, stuff like that. But Could easily make a battery box in here, because those lithium batteries, that you can go with a lot smaller one and still get like a 500 cranking amp one, and I bet you would still fit in there. And even these ones that are 625, 680 cold cranking amps, they're only 6 1/4 inches long. This is 8 inches long. This battery here is 8 inches long. So they're a smaller battery. Yeah, that's 8 inches long. And about 6 1/4 inches tall. I think those lithium batteries are about 6 inches tall, 6 or 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, and then 3 1/2 or 3 1/4, where these are 3 1/2. I'm gonna go that route. I'm not screwing around. And got this thing charging up here, but as soon as you put a load on it, it just drops right down. Maybe it's a poor battery. Maybe I got ripped off. I don't know. But I'm just gonna put this in for now. And but like I say, probably when biking season starts, I'm gonna order a lithium battery. Another month or so. Okay, that's it for the Flhtc. Top end is all gone through. All the leaks are fixed. Base gasket's fixed. All the valve train is fixed up here. Did both engines. Found a couple issues. Well, the one stud broke on me. Nothing much you can do about that. I probably should have pulled that other stud out while I was there and drilled it out. It's just a pain getting them out. This one here, the one of the bolts inside the rocker box, was just sitting there finger loose. Somebody forgot to tighten it. And 3 of the studs on here, the head bolt studs were glued into into the cylinder studs, and one on the back. So we got those all apart. What else did I find? There was a couple of issues there. Anyways, she's all back together, done. Can't wait to go riding on this bike. It's going to be a lot more reliable now, and I don't have to worry about that oil pissing out of here all the time. That's it. Thanks for watching.